Welcome back, everyone. Infertility in America affects 7.3 million couples. This is roughly about 12% of the current population at reproductive age. Mindy Berkson is a national infertility expert, and she is here to talk about options for couples who are having troubles conceiving. Welcome to Daytime, Mindy.
Thank you, Cindy.
So people who find themselves in this situation and they're looking at different treatments, the treatments are not cheap, are they? It's kind of expensive.
It's a very expensive proposition to undergo infertility treatment, and you could see from these staggering statistics and the excessive costs involved in treatment options that infertility is truly a multi-billion-dollar industry today.
Definitely. Now, what about couples who have put off having children for a while? Now, the woman is in her mid to late 30s, and they're having some troubles. That's not unusual, right?
Not unusual at all. One of the leading causes of infertility today is delayed childbearing. And I think what most young women don't understand is that fertility begins to decrease at the age of 27.
Aye.
And we are all guilty. Many people aren't even married at 27, let alone have completed their families at that age. So when they reach the mid to upper 30s, they then experience infertility. The main cause of infertility, again, is the delayed childbearing, but the success rates for treatment are linked to the age of the egg. Okay. So women in their mid to upper 30s, usually the indicator to help them increase their success rates is to use donor eggs from donors between the age of 21 and 32.
What about women who are in their 20s who know that they're not going to be ready to have children till they're in their 30s? They freeze their eggs when they're young.
Eggs.
Is that a good option?
It's a very new option in the infertility world, and success rates are increasing dramatically every day as technology increases and improves.
All right, so let's say they haven't frozen their eggs, they're not having any luck with their own, and they need to find an egg donor. How do you go about doing that?
You call me.
Okay, and then what do you do?
I work with agencies all across the country who recruit egg donors, and I help my clients to find candidates that really suit their ideal criteria, and I typically match them in a very short period of time, 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And bring them to a treatment cycle really quickly.
Now, what about if you are unable to carry the child yourself and you have to go the route of surrogate? How tough is that to find a surrogate?
A little more difficult to find a surrogate. Obviously, there are less candidates available. But along the same premise, I work with agencies nationwide who recruit surrogates, and so I can find ideal candidates for my clients. Very specific, though, state laws regarding surrogacy, and so it's very important to make certain that the surrogate comes from a state that has surrogate-friendly laws.
We've heard of people going overseas to find surrogates. The cost is cheaper. Yeah, a lot in India. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I prefer treatment here in the United States. I think the options and opportunities are greater here, and in fact I have many clients from international countries who come here to seek treatment options because treatment is more advanced and they have more opportunities.
Now, back to the cost of all this. Are there payment plans? I mean, when people are faced with these huge bills, how are they managing this? And there's even a charitable fund in place, isn't there?
There are grants that are available all over the country. But in general, when I'm working with my clients on financing treatment, I always ask them to start with their insurance benefits. What benefits do they have available? Insurance benefits are limited, but very often using them in the correct order helps to maximize them. Secondly, I ask clients to turn to their HR departments.
Really?
Because very often you can set up a health savings account, which will allow you to use pre-tax dollars to offset the costs of medical treatments. And thirdly, there are opportunities and options available at some fertility centers across the country, opportunities available in the conventional banking world. But my most important piece of advice to clients is always work closely with a financial planner and or a tax professional for your individual situation.
Okay, Mindy Berkson, great advice. Lots of good information there. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Cindy.
All right, and you can link up to her website by going to our website, daytimeonline.tv. Still to come, Tom Hanks is back on the video.